PTE or IELTS? Which English test is better and which one should you take? Hi everyone, I'm Kulsum Jahan, a study abroad specialist at YourKit. In this video, I'm going to demystify both the PTE and IELTS, talk about the exam patterns, formats, and share some advice on which one you must take. So without further ado, let's get started. First, let's understand why you need to appear for an English exam in the first place. I mean, English तो पढ़ ही रहे हैं ना, तो एक और टेस्ट क्यों देना है? You see, English language is an absolute must if you plan to study abroad. No application is complete or even accepted until you submit your English language proficiency scores. Even if you studied English for the entirety of school and college, you still can't run away from a test. Now let's face the reality. These tests are particularly important in native English-speaking countries like the US, the UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. The most popular ones are TOEFL, IELTS, Duolingo, and PTE. In this video, we'll focus on the PTE and IELTS exams. Here's a quick intro to both the tests and where they're accepted. The PTE Academic is a computer-based English test used to gauge non-native English speakers' competence in the language. This test is conducted by Pearson across multiple slots every year. This test is popular for admission and immigration to 3,000 plus colleges and universities across the world, largely in Australia, New Zealand, and the UK. A high score on the PTE proves your ability to study, work, and settle abroad, particularly in countries where English is the main language. Now let's have a look at IELTS. The International English Language Testing Systems is a test of English language proficiency for non-native speakers of the language. It is conducted by the British Council, IDP IELTS, and Cambridge University Press and Assessment. Test is popular among students bound to Europe, Canada, and Australia. Even in the US, it is seen to be on par with the TOEFL, where more than 3,400 universities and colleges accept the IELTS score. Some of the leading universities in the world that accept IELTS score include Princeton University, MIT, University of Oxford, and more. The IELTS can take either the academic or general formats. However, for higher education, the IELTS Academic is preferred by the university, and hence we'll stick to IELTS Academics in this video. Now let's do a comparison between both the exams. Number 1, format. The PTE is a completely computer-based exam. IELTS gives students an option to go ahead with a paper-based exam or a computer-based one. However, the computer-based exam is available only for reading, writing, and listening. The speaking assessment is still conducted in person. Fair to say that the IELTS is evaluated by people to a large extent. Number 2, test structure and duration. Okay, this is where it gets interesting. Let's start with the test sections. In the case of PTE, the speaking and writing is 54 minutes to 67 minutes long. The IELTS has separate speaking and writing sections of 15 minutes and 60 minutes duration. The speaking section has 3 parts, whereas the writing section has 2 tasks for a total duration of 60 minutes. The PTE has 5 different question types and has a section limit of 29 to 30 minutes. The IELTS reading section is in stark contrast, consisting of 3 sections with 40 questions for a duration of 60 minutes. This part of the test is 30 to 43 minutes long and has 8 different question types on the PTE. The listening has 4 sections, 40 questions, and is also 30 minutes long. The IELTS has more questions, but the diversity of questions is greater on the PTE. Moving on to the duration. The PTE is a 2-hour test conducted in one session, while the IELTS is conducted over a period of 2 hours 45 minutes. Even without the speaking assessment of 15 minutes, the test goes on for about 2 hours 30 minutes, making it the longer one of the 2 tests. So if you're looking for a shorter test, you know the answer here. What about the scores and the results? The PTE scores are measured from 10 to 90, while the IELTS scores range between a band of 1 to 9. The PTE results are out within 5 days as per their official website, and the results for IELTS may take between 3 to 5 days if it's a computer-based test. If not, the results may be processed after 13 days. And lastly, fees and score sharing. The PTE is priced at Rs 15,900 inclusive of the GST, whereas one attempt of the IELTS is worth Rs 16,250. PTE allows you to share scores with unlimited number of universities. IELTS allows you to share with up to 5 universities, after which you will have to pay an additional charge per test score. Now coming to the most important question of this video. Which one is easier? All in all, the PTE is completely tech-driven, shorter duration, priced lower, and gives you the flexibility to apply to multiple universities. The IELTS also offers faster results and has lesser question types. In terms of the ease of test taking, the PTE does far better. Shorter questions and shorter answers give it the edge. But the biggest disadvantage of PTE is that it is not yet widely accepted in the US. So if you're an aspirant planning to study a master's program in the United States, the TOEFL or the IELTS would be a better option. Imagine taking a test only to realize that your dream university does not even accept it. Nah, don't make that mistake, please. So how should you pick up the right test? If you want to select the right test for yourself, follow this process. And this is applicable to any English language test which you intend to take. Number 1. Consider whether the universities in your preferred country accept the test. Does it give you the best options? If it isn't popular in your preferred country, avoid it at all costs. Number 2. If the test is popular in your preferred country, take a sample test to gauge the difficulty level. Number 3. Consider what are your strengths and weaknesses in all the sections. Please note, regardless of easy or difficult, preparation is the key. If you want to find out more details about both these tests, visit the YourKit website to find all the details. Have any questions or feedbacks for us? Feel free to leave them in the comment box below. And lastly, if you found this video to be helpful, press the like button and share it with your friends. For more such study abroad content, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to never miss an update. Until next time, see you again.